Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Stan and I am the Shadow Seeker. And in today's video, I will be doing a very special reading. This will resonate particularly the most with a very special person within the collective. I have been asked to do this particular energy reading about this very specific dynamic between an individual and someone that is very important to this particular person. But I am posting this on the channel, even though it may seem like a personal reading for this particular person. Energy is very fluid, so there may be some energetic dynamics or particular messages that will resonate with the rest of the collective. So, without further ado, I will start the reading and dive deeper into this particular energy here between this specific dynamic. And we're going to start with the what's the vibe to see what the current energy is right now between this specific energy dynamic. Okay, so to open this reading with my oracle cards, we have some very particular energy going on in this particular dynamic that I'm channeling into. The first card is a card that I haven't seen before in any type of reading that I've done with this particular oracle deck. And it says stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. So, what I'm picking up strongly here with this particular opening card is the connection currently, right now, feels very stagnant. It feels stuck. It feels like there's no forward momentum. It feels like the energy dynamic is very much in limbo. And I'm getting the sense that this is coming from, I'm sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. I'm getting the sense that things within the connection were very, chipper, bright, happy, full of energy, full of life. And then it sort of just came to this abrupt, halt where everything just feels as if there's no forward momentum. There's no moving forward with anything. It feels like the connection just sort of died in a sense, or it really feels as if the connection was just really at a quick halt. It really feels as if things were going just really steadily, and then all of a sudden, things just really froze up, and almost as if time really stopped, and as if things just came to this quick, sudden, almost like a tower moment type of ending. And this energy really feels as if like something is sort of building up in a sense, because not only is it stuck, but it feels like the more stuck that it is, or the more frozen that it is, that there's this pile up of energy. And it really almost feels like this assemblage of what I always call gray matter, where it's just like this negative energy that's sort of like being fed into this pot or this jar, or being put in this pot or this jar. And it just seems like it's festering in a sense. And so a lot of this negative energy that I'm feeling is really kind of coming from both parties, where it feels like instead of communicating what's wrong or trying to get to the nitty gritty of what's happening within the connection, why the connection halted, it really feels as if both of you are thinking heavily about the circumstances of the connection and projecting certain limiting beliefs or lower vibrational frequencies about one another. And it's kind of being assembled in this collective type of energy that I'm envisioning that's being put in this jar. And the jar only has very limited space. So once the energy continues building and building and festering, it's going to topple over. It's going to erupt in a sense, is what it feels like. And it's not going to be a very good feeling when this happens because I'm getting the sense that the two of you are normally at this very calm, serene type energy. And it really takes a lot for both of you to really get there. But I'm getting the sense that one person here is expanding a lot, growing a lot. They're doing a lot of thinking. I'm getting a lot of like critical thinking about their life, about where they want to go, where they want to be in the next several years, where they want to see themselves as far as expanding out of things that no longer serve them, energetically speaking, while the other one is sort of stuck and stagnant within these lower vibrational planes of existence, whatever they may look like for that particular person. And that's really holding them back from a lot of this expansion and growth. And so once this jar implodes or explodes, there's going to be a lot of release of a lot of emotions. A lot of this is going to be good in a sense because this energy that's being contained in this jar, it's not going anywhere, and energy can never be destroyed. It can only be transmuted. So once it's released, it will be transmuted into something, but whether that's going to be something positive or negative, I really feel like it's up to the both of you, is what this really is feeling like. I just feel like there's so much going on as to why things are so stagnant right now. But those are the key factors that it feels like your spirit team or spirit guides want to emphasize right now. And this goes along with the next card, Trapped, which says stuck, no options. And interestingly enough, it says unforgiveness. So a lot of this energy right now is being trapped in this jar. And again, energy can't be destroyed, it can only be transmuted. So the more it's trapped within this jar, eventually it's going to erupt because the jar does not have infinite space. It only has a finite, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it only has a certain limited area of space for this energy to kind of linger within. And so once it reaches a breaking point, it's going to release and erupt into something that's going to be very intense, is what it feels like. But this card is also giving me other channeled messages here about the current state of this connection. And so someone here in the connection feels sort of trapped within what I'm sensing, two different types of timelines that they want to go through. It's like part of you wants to be open and honest and really talk about what's troubling you within the connection. But the other part feels as if doing so is going to cause some sort of rift or cause a lot more chaos than what you may be already enduring right now or perceiving in a sense. And the reason why I'm saying perceiving is because I'm feeling that there's a lot of miscommunication and a lot of misunderstanding within the connection. And I'm not really sure where this is coming from. I'm not really sure if this is external people that are getting into someone's head about something, or if there's some sort of dynamic that's going on sort of behind the scenes. And I feel like that's very specific for you to really know about. And you'll know what I'm talking about here. But there's something that's kind of going on behind the scenes that you are aware of because your intuition is really spot on about whatever this is. And I'm really sensing that your spirit team is wanting you to follow your intuition. So, whatever it's guiding you to do when it comes to this connection, whether it's to be upfront or to continue letting things go and unfold the way that it's happening right now, I'm hearing that, or rather feeling that this is what you should do because it's only going to happen one way, or rather a particular way that, okay, let me start over. It's basically only going to happen in one particular sense. And if you try to control this particular outcome or do something in this particular outcome that is going to, okay, I'm sorry. A lot of messages are really kind of coming through because it really feels like there's so much that needs to be said or so much that needs to be done in a sense or that somebody wants to do. So it almost feels like there's like two pathways where it seems like you want to be more in this sort of embodiment of like a divine masculine energy where you want to do action and you want to receive certain outcomes by doing a certain set of actions or doing a certain set of variables, or rather there's a certain set of variables within this connection and you're trying to control the outcome of these variables. But there's a part of you that I feel is your intuition that is saying be more in a receptive energy, let things unfold naturally, let this person come to you when the time is right. And it's almost as if there's this need to surrender in a sense, or just sort of fall back and take back your energy because I'm sensing there's a lot of energy being thrown at this person. And this person is not really receiving the energy. And if they are receiving it, they're really doing their best to really block the energy. But by blocking it, they're not really transmuting the energy. If anything, the energy is just being fed into that jar when it's being blocked by this particular person. And again, it's just building up to this eruption that eventually I'm sensing is going to happen. So it's really essential that you listen to your spirit guides, listen to your intuition on this particular situation. You do have free will. So whatever you decide that's best for you, go for that. But spirit really is saying that the more you surrender in this connection, you essentially take back your power. And in doing so, whatever this final outcome happens within the connection, it's going to be the right outcome because that's the only end game to this particular dynamic, is what it feels like. Now, this third card, okay, I'm sure you're already picking up on this, but it says sippin' and it says rumors, gossip, nosy. So this is clear confirmation that there is some gossip or some rumors going on within this connection, whether that's you speaking about this connection with other people, giving your side of the story, presenting what happened from your perspective, and vice versa. So your person is doing the same thing. Now, it could be what I'm sensing that they are taking it probably a step further. They may be feeling a certain set of ways that you don't resonate with or you quite don't understand. So it may come across as this person is acting sort of catty or childish or sort of in this page energy that I'm sensing. And this really isn't their character. You know, they are really more professional than this or carry themselves at a more higher degree than the type of immature energy that I'm feeling. Because I feel like you are exuding more of the energy that this person should be embodying when you're handling this situation. You are handling it more in a mature fashion, in a more, what I feel, sort of King of Swords type of fashion, where this person is acting more like a page. They're acting more immature. And even if it doesn't seem like they're acting this way in the 3D, like if you're not seeing visual confirmation of this, your intuition is picking up on this. And that leads me to really strongly believe here that you are extremely in like this high priestess type of energy, this divine feminine type of energy, even though you probably resonate more with your divine masculine because there's this sense of doing that you're wanting to do within this connection to try to have a certain set of outcomes or variables happen that are more aligned in your favor. But spirit is really urging you, in a sense, to be more in this divine feminine energy of just letting things be and unfold naturally. So the choice really, again, is up to you on how you want to have this go because you do have free will. So now I want to shift into the tarot and get a little bit more specific about how this person feels about you. Wow, this is a really interesting set of energies here with the tarot. Okay, first and foremost, if you are a believer of angel numbers, we have here the 10 of Cups, and it's also paired here with the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse position. So we have 10, 10, and that's really interesting here. I really don't know a lot about angel numbers, but I do know that I quite frequently see like 1111 or 111 or 123 pretty much on the daily, but I rarely see 10, 10. So I definitely suggest that you look this up and see what resonates for you as far as that particular angel number. But that came out very strongly. But the interesting thing about this energy here with these cards, the 10 of Cups here and the 10 of Pentacles reversed. So they both speak about long term stability. Particularly with the 10 of Cups, it talks about long term harmony and emotional security and being really uplifted, in a sense where for some reason I'm getting family vibes. And that's probably because of the imagery of the particular card that I'm using, the collective deck that I use for the collective readings here. But I'm getting this strong sense about family. So I really sense that this person that you're currently having these interesting energetic dynamics with, they really consider you to be like family to them. And you fulfill some sort of familial void that they possibly have, or they really consider you like a brother in a sense, or like a sister. And this is just really strong, powerful energy. It's really like this energy of like emotional abundance and security and just complete utter fulfillment. And so I feel like there's many different ways to read this particular combination here. And this could represent, first and foremost, it feels like current energy, but the way that these cards are positioned, this could be how this person once felt in the past, but I still feel like this is current energy. I really get the sense that you do fulfill them in a very strong emotional capacity. You make them laugh, you make them happy, you brighten up their day, you do all these different things for them on this energetic, emotional level that truly sustains them. And they love this. They love this about you. They seem to be very emotionally open with you and possibly emotionally vulnerable. They may share a lot of different intimate things that they normally wouldn't share with a lot of people within their family or who they consider to be close family. Or they may even look at you as like a best friend or sort of like a soulmate type of thing here. I don't know if that's something that you two have discussed before, but with this 10 of Pentacles reversed, okay, the thing about that stability is that it's been questioned. And so it feels like sometime recently, within the last few months or so, it's been questioned whether or not you are someone that they consider to be like a long term friend or a long term soulmate or just someone that they can vibe with for the long term. So, whatever occurred within the connection that sort of created this rift, it has made them question or put certain thoughts or threads of energy within their mind, whether or not this is something that can be sustainable for the future for the long term in the physical, regardless of how they feel energetically and emotionally from the heart space. But see, here we also have the strength card. And the most strongest thread of energy that I'm picking up here about how this person feels about you with the strength card is that they feel these deep, deep, intense feelings, passionate, compassionate feelings about you. And it's just really intense. They really care for you in this very deep sense, almost as if they are protecting you in a sense. But it's something about your energy, your aura, that has sort of calmed this person down or tamed them, or they feel very tame when they're around you, is what it feels like. It feels like this person could potentially sometimes be considered like a loose cannon or someone that is very expressive when you take them there. But it feels like when they're around you, that you somehow complement that energy. You tame it, you contain it, you sort of push it into the back burner and calm them down. And they become more of this like serene type of energy. And I think only you know what I'm talking about specifically. So this is very interesting here. So honestly, it feels very positive how they currently feel about you, regardless of this particular thread of energy that I'm sensing, where it seems like they are questioning, almost like they're questioning your worth in a sense, on whether or not this particular situation that you guys have, this platonic situation, it doesn't feel like a love situation. It feels like a platonic situation is really self sustaining for them in the long run. This makes me really want to clarify this particular thread of energy here with this 10 of Pentacles reversed because I've never seen or performed a reading where I ever had a spread like this in this particular type of reading or any other type of reading I've ever done. So it's really interesting. So I do want to clarify this. Okay, to clarify the energy here with the 10 of Swords reversed, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. So now it's making a lot more sense here. So with this Queen of Wands, what this is telling me here is your person is in this sort of self-centered type of energy, this really strong, demanding type of energy where their focus right now has been shifted like it's all them. It's all about their world, what's going on with them. I'm picking up a lot of energy centered around like the ego for some strange reason. So I think they're really in their ego right now. Or when I say I think, it's more like I feel. So they're really in their ego and they're really thinking about their particular life circumstances right now. And so it seems to be your person's world. So it's really as if like they are neglecting your emotional needs. And that's really kind of showing up in the physical primarily here. And so this is what's causing the rift, where they've just shifted their focus, their priorities, where it's all about them right now. But it's coming across in this more like egotistical way. I don't know exactly what's going on in your person's life, but whatever it is, they're just not really truly committing themselves to this particular situation, this friendship, this platonic situation. It's more like they are worried or, what I'm getting is like pressured to focus more on what's interesting them at the moment. And that just doesn't involve you in a sense. So this really probably is not in the sense where they made this conscious decision to disconnect. It's more probably like this person has a lot going on to where they're focusing on their specific dynamics, their specific troubles or endeavors. And so it's coming across as if like they are really not caring in a sense about what you have going on right now. So It's definitely where they've pulled back their energy, but they've pulled it back to where their focus is just all about them, is what I'm sensing. It's just all about their ego. I'm really sensing that this person has went through something recently, whether that's some sort of like breakup or some sort of like I don't know why I was about to say financial, but they could be going through some sort of financial dynamic as well. But I was going to say some sort of family dynamic where that's just taking up all their time right now. So they're just really putting themselves first. And it's coming across as if like they don't give a damn about anyone or anything at the moment. Now, I'm also picking up on this sort of like push pull energy or this sort of like tug of war type of energy. And what I mean by that is a lot of what I'm saying here, they could be sensing this from you. And the way that it's coming across is the more that you grow and the more that you expand right now, because I'm really feeling you're in like your kind of three of wands energy right now. Like you're really all about your growth and you're really all about your expansion. You're really all about the betterment of you, trying to take care of you right now, trying to focus on your needs and your priorities. And so this person may equally feel like they're being neglected by you. And this may come across kind of weird to you because honestly, there's nothing wrong with pulling back your energy and focusing solely on you. But sometimes when it comes across as that type of energy dynamic, sometimes people take that personally. And so I get the sense that your person is, in a sense, kind of mirroring you in a sense where you both are really focusing on what y'all have going on independently. And so both of you are, in a sense, coming across where you feel neglected by the other. So really, it just feels like a miscommunication type of dynamic going on here. And so, in order to resolve that, you have to try to find common ground again. You have to try to communicate with this particular person, but in a more honest, authentic sense. And in doing so, you can lay down certain energetic feels in a sense to try to find common ground here. But you do have free will, so it's really up to how you want to go about doing this. Okay, so normally in this particular type of reading that I do, where I channel particular feelings and intentions between both parties, I look at both parties' feelings and intentions, but I'm feeling guided to skip your particular feelings and intentions because I'm really sensing that you know exactly how you feel right now. So there's really no need to really dive deep into your specific feelings. And you were more concerned about how your person is feeling right now. So as I skip that particular type of energy for how you feel for your person, I'm jumping straight into what the current obstacle is between you and your person. And what I'm seeing here is the Six of Pentacles as your current obstacle. So, immediately, what I'm picking up on here is that there are a lot of issues right now with giving and receiving. And there's also a lot of issues around fairness. So, there's a strong imbalance when it comes to giving and receiving attention and effort within the connection. And this imbalance is really centered around certain resources and support and a sense of generosity as well. And there's also this thread of energy that's coming through where one person is giving too much or they're perceiving themselves giving too much while receiving too little in return. And this has really shifted the energy dynamic because the way that this relationship was in the beginning or initially was a very strong equal give and take where you both received a lot of effort from the other, a lot of generosity from the other. And I'm really getting the sense that this really uplifted the both of you in the 3D by sharing a lot of these personal details or these intimacies that I'm picking up on within the connection for each other. And right now, it's just this sense of lack that you're both are feeling. It's really just this sort of like miscommunication that I'm picking up on with this imbalance. And a lot of this is just really kind of perceived. It's not really what's truly going on here. But in order to really combat this, you both have to recognize whatever the past imbalances are that is impacting the current situation right now. And in doing so, this can help foster a lot more fairness and create a lot more harmony, is what it feels like. But it requires a certain level of direct communication. And throughout a lot of this reading, even though I know it doesn't sound like it, but I can kind of feel my throat chakra closing up a little bit. So that's a sure indication right there that someone is having a hard time communicating, particularly how they feel about the other. And so I suggest some sort of energy cleansing. I know a good way of doing that is listening to subliminals or those ASMR videos where you do Reiki or yoga or guided meditation. Some sort of mindfulness practice like that should really help to clear some sort of throat chakra imbalance that I'm sensing right now. And what I'm feeling here with this Two of Swords, this Two of Swords is representing the most likely outcome. So I'm really sensing two specific timelines, two specific paths. One where you perform a set of actions that creates a set of variables that may or may not truly align with where this connection is meant to go. But then you have this other timeline here where it feels like if you do nothing and align more with your divine feminine energy, that this will allow the connection to unfold naturally. So it really feels like the choice is really up to you because you have free will, which I've been saying throughout this whole reading, but you have free will on how you want to proceed with this particular energetic dynamic. It just really all depends on you and what you feel like is best for you. But listening to your intuition is just the perfect way to handle this particular scenario. So if you feel more guided to be more in the divine masculine energy of action and doing, then, by all means. But if you feel more guided to just let things happen and unfold naturally, then I'm sensing you'll get the best results by doing so. But again, it's really up to you. And I know that it's really confusing right now. I know that you probably can't see a clear outcome and that you are really sort of confused by how to go about doing this or, trying to figure out things with your particular person. But I'm really feeling that by doing one action over the other, it's going to sort of allow you to take that blindfold off that this particular person is wearing in the Two of Swords. And you won't feel like you're at a crossroads with your person. You'll feel like you'll know exactly what to do the more you align with your intuition. Now, I do like to ask what advice spirit has when it comes to these types of energetic dynamics between two people when I do these types of readings. And I have here the Six of Wands reversed. I'm hearing right now from your spirit team. I usually don't say I'm hearing, but I'm hearing right now that this is a time to reflect on certain recent experiences with your person and to consider whether adjustments are needed when it comes to your approach with this particular person. This is a time for learning opportunities and to refine your path and your strategies when it comes to trying to reconnect with this particular person. And I'm also getting this energy about being less or moving forward less from your ego because I'm getting a sense that your ego is sort of hurt right now. This sounds really specific, but it really feels as if like your pride in a sense was wounded. This is Leo's energy. So I'm really sensing that, I don't feel like you are a Leo, but I know there's probably a lot of strong Leo placements maybe in your birth chart, maybe in your other person's birth chart as well. But it really is something here about not letting these wounds get to you, like not sitting here being like, woe is me, or licking your wounds because you feel hurt by a certain set of actions, because it really feels as if like someone in this connection was really sort of seeking a lot of external validation from the other person, or that they're experiencing a lot of lack of recognition. And a lot of this is causing potential setbacks within the connection. So it really feels as if spirit is really asking you to take some time for self reflection. And if you're truly wanting to compromise with your particular person, then you have to come from a place of non judgmental views or perception, and come less from the ego, more from the heart, is what I'm hearing. So I know that feels very specific. So I feel like only a specific individual within the collective is really going to resonate with that particular channel energy. But I do see a positive outcome here, but it really truly is only going to happen based on what you decide to do, whether you align with your divine masculine and try to control variables, or if you align with your divine feminine and be more in your receptive energy and allow things to unfold naturally. So the choice really is up to you. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Swords reversed, the Eight of Wands in the upright position. And wow, okay. Is this triple eights here? I believe it is. The Eight of Pentacles. So, wow, that is really, really, really interesting. We have three eights. So that's another angel number right there. So we have 888. So that could be very, very significant here. And I have never had a reading like that where I've gotten triple eights before. So that's really, really specific. That's really, really interesting. That definitely means something. So I definitely recommend looking up angel numbers 1010 and 888. So that really is definitely meaning something here. But what I'm sensing here is it really feels as if somebody here really was stuck in their head and really having a lot of perceived notion about where this particular connection was going. So a lot of this is just really in someone's head, and it's not really happening the way that they were perceiving it. And I'm getting the sense that somebody was sort of looking at themselves as like a victim, or this sort of like, why does this always happen to me type of vibe. This really was not the reality here, is what it feels like. Now, I do see this shift coming within the connection, and whatever this shift is, it will happen quickly, depending on what conscious choice you make. So it's really up to you again on how you want to go about doing this. But there is this thread of energy as well where it really feels like someone wants to sort of give up and not really do anything actively here in the 3D to try to change variables or make a certain outcome in their favor. So that could be a good thing, but I'm just throwing that out there. So again, it's really up to you on how you want to go about handling this situation. So I do want to conclude the reading here. I do hope that there was something in this reading that can help within this situation. I do hope that I was able to open up some energy dynamics with your particular person that can help you, guide you in the way that you need to go about handling this situation. And I do wish you a lot of love and happiness and the best. And if this reading does resonate with you, definitely give it a like or write a comment or feel free to subscribe. This is the perfect way of me tapping into your energy, into the energetic dynamic here. And I believe I'll be doing more videos like this sort of what's the vibe type of energy, because these types of energetic dynamics I really do enjoy trying to dive deep into to really get a very specific reasoning for certain behavioral patterns or why a certain energetic dynamic is the way that it's going. So, if anyone in the collective wants a reading like this, definitely feel free to contact me. And I hope everyone has a wonderful, great rest of your day. And I will see you in the next video.